or have been finding myself starting over, dabbling in different things, knowing that what I was doing as far as career wasn't I was no longer aligned for it with it. And I'm definitely interested in this acting thing. I just started doing some background gigs, which is super fun, and I'm enjoying it. I'm learning all that I can. I'm just putting myself out there. It's a lot of work. It's very humbling, but it's also very inspiring, beefing. And the more I learn, the more I realized that my whole life I've actually wanted to be a star, to brighten others' days through my performance, my light, whatever it may be. As I reflect during this time, I have looked at my life and the opportunities that came about of acting. They were all in my face, and I ignored it, mostly because of my environment and my mom not being able to leave work to take us to any type of auditions or acting. But we kept being asked to go do it, me and my brother. But for me, it really stuck with me. I'm like, yeah. I remember getting on a basketball movie called That Championship Season with Gary Sinise, and Paul Sorvino was the director. But I got asked to go. I was playing college basketball at COC, and the coach knew a casting director, and asked if he actually just asked 3 of us, which I just think about that now, to see if we were interested. And of course, we're college kids to be in a movie. We're like, yeah. So we show up, and there's like 100 dudes all like just around these basketball courts. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, I thought this was like just handpicked, you know? So come to find out, it was these guys that had wanted this role were out there playing basketball. I'm like, none of these guys could play. So by the time I got out there, they had some coordinator who picked us to go and try out, essentially. And I was hand selected by Paul Sorvino and Gary Sinise. I didn't really know them at the time, but I remember my hair was bleached blonde, but my little regrowth was going back, and it was back in the Eminem days. And they picked me out, and they both looked at me. And also, I have to take a step back. I've been playing basketball for almost my whole life, so I was like 10 times better than all of these actor dudes. So I went out there and I went full board and just wanted to crush them, because an audition, competition, I'm going to crush these guys. I want to be the head guy. So I kept going from different crew to crew to crew, and I remember them hand picking me, and they said, hey kid, can you act? And me, naturally, I'm like, yeah, of course I could act. And I've never acted a damn day in my damn life. But I knew this was my opportunity. So they said, okay, say this line, fuck off, fag. I'm like, damn, for real? They're like, yeah. And I said, and the scene was, you're going through the locker room, and then you bump into your opponent, and the guy says, watch where you're going. And I look at him, I'm like, fuck off, fag. So I said it like that. And they're like, you got the part. I'm like, sweet. And again, I didn't know what like getting the part meant, and SAG and lines and all that stuff. But I remember at that moment, I felt a sense of like, fuck yeah. And we played basketball. The movie was like 2000 or 1999. Maybe it was 2000, That Championship Season. And we film all day. I'm like, oh wow, this is what like cut and roll, stop and go means, the same scene. So it was my first time experiencing that. And then finally my role comes up, and then I wasn't nervous. It's like I felt like a natural at it. And I remember doing it 5-6 takes, and there was all these background people and like some cute girls. And I remember after that, like the love or the tension I was getting from the girls, I was like, ooh, I could dig this. Like I was some star. And then I go to the rap party. I'm like, what the heck's a rap party? I mean, hey, I was famous now, right? I had a line. I'm in the credits, so I'm thinking, damn. So I brought this really cute girl, like thinking I'm big time in Hollywood, and I'm like 18, 19, and it was like some place in Hollywood and like VIP. I'm like, this is really like legit. I looked like a total stud to this girl that I just recently, I think it was the second date I took her on, and by the time the movie comes out, I'm so excited, and I finally find it. And by the time it was VHS at the time, by the time I watched it, I'm like, fast forwarding to my part, like forgetting everything else. I'm like, okay, there's a basketball scene, there's a basketball scene. And then the scene was done. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dog. They straight took my line out. I remember the feeling, like I was like, oh, talk about being just humbled. And I look back, that was my sign to not let it get to my head, and not also to show me that not don't get down on yourself. Because I remember when I went to go watch it, and they cut out my scene, which I didn't really know what that meant. I'm like, oh, they cut out scenes, and I'm looking up like, why do they do that? I'm like, okay, for timing. I'm like, but my insecurity was, well, because you weren't good enough. So I remember thinking, oh, you just sucked, and that's why they took you out. And slowly, my ego and subconscious started telling me that, hey, you would be no good in acting. Like, who wants to look at you? You can't say no damn words straight. And here we are, my age, getting into it, which is freaking exciting, bro. It's so exciting. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing background work, learning all that I can, and trying to set up my car in a studio so I can set up a. I thought about this where I have an old iPhone, and I was gonna throw it away, but I'm like, you know what? I could use that as my camera, because it's difficult because you have to read auditions while you're looking at the camera. So, and I'm also my own photographer, bro. I'm like taking damn pictures of my damn self, like videos, like trying to like screenshot it. I'm like, you should see my headshots. They're terrible. They're terrible, but I have to save up and invest to get professional shots and start there. And then, as you know, I'm a perfectionist. I wanted to start acting and reading lines and understanding body language, and I was reading something about stillness is power in acting. So I'm going to start practicing with just having complete stillness as opposed to me, my high energetic self, and kind of all over the place, my eyes. And especially when I'm super into something, I get super intense. So yeah, that's where I'm at, man, and it's going good. Obviously, the money is not where it's going to be at, but now that I don't have to worry about making as much money as I was making to live in that overpriced Valencia home and high maintenance marriage that cost me a lot of money. Uh, Sexless, loveless marriage, I may say. So why am I saying this? Well, I don't need to stress anymore and work that crappy 9-to-5 job, the survival job. And now I'm able to do a passion that I've had just locked in for 30 years, my creative passion project, which could potentially lead to something big. And my goal isn't the money, it's the change that I will bring to people's lives in a positive way after they are done watching me, whether it's through my my performance, the words I said, the way I said it, the way I embodied a individual of our history from the past to show the viewer what that individual looked like from the outside as well as the inside. Full embodiment to help them understand maybe it's the person they looked up to. Maybe they read their books and they finally made a movie about this author. And if I could be the actor of, say, author or ex NBA basketball player that's no longer with us, or maybe a current NBA superstar that I could play an actor in. And my vision is I would embody that athlete as what did Kobe Bryant, let's say I'm Kobe Bryant, right? Put on some makeup. Come on, Hollywood. You know what you're doing. Kobe's my guy, so come on, hook your boy up. I would literally put myself, which I've already started doing, in the mindset of Kobe Bryant when he woke up every morning while he was following his dreams, wanting to be a NBA superstar. Not just an NBA basketball player, but the best player in thy world. This man truly wanted that vision and saw himself as it. So what did he do knowing when he saw that vision every day, waking up and grinding and working out twice a day? And what foods did he eat? What things did he listen to? What didn't he do that most teenagers do? That is what I would embody to really show the dedication when performing that wonderful historical athlete. That's part of my vision. So anyhow, bro, I know I'm rambling to you, but I haven't spoken to you in so long, and you've always just been that guide for me that year. And thank you, man. Thank you, bro, for everything you've done. You're speaking to a new man who is coming out of his cocoon and ready to shine bright like my creator made me to be. So what about you, man? How you been?